The NuSpecian product line of high-potency nutritional supplements empower your body to fight for you so you can enjoy your life full of energy, strength, and endurance.
Our mission at NuSpecian is to offer products to help purify and rebuild your body system so you can lead a better, longer life.
NuSpecian formulas are designed to comprehensively meet your body's nutritional needs. A tablespoon can replace many bottles of tablets filling your cabinets. NuSpecian raw plant-based ingredients are easily absorbed and used by your body. It's safe and effective nutrition that you can really feel. Each of our formulas is designed to support your body as a whole, allowing it to do the work it was designed to do.
My labs have shown that my body's gotten stronger, so I know NuSpecian works.
Maintain, improve, or rebuild your health with the help of NuSpecian.
Order now at NuSpecian.com.
Good morning and welcome to the NuSpecian Live. I am Jillian.
And I'm Aston. Good morning.
NuSpecian's mission is to help our clients live better and longer. NuSpecian invents and manufactures our own line of high-potency herbal formulas that are designed to help your body be resilient against the toughest of health challenges. We're all on our own health journey, and a good health choice means something different for each of us. And that's why Aston and I host this Q&A every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. so that you can get answers to your questions that will help you continue on your own unique health journey. So thank you for being with us here today. And I believe we now have our live chat set up on both YouTube and our website, although the chat on our website might be malfunctioning. So if you are watching this on our website, I'm going to say the opposite of what I've been saying for the last year is you can go on over to our YouTube channel. And if you have found our the live stream through the app or our email blast, then that link should have taken you straight to YouTube anyway. So hopefully you're in the right place. But we are utilizing YouTube in a more primary way now, which will help us, we believe, bring you content in a better way than we were before. So please say good morning in the chat. Start posting your questions. We do have some pre-submitted questions that we will go to if you don't have anything off the top of your head right now. But otherwise, good morning to June. Nice to see you here as always. Good morning, Rosemary, and good morning, Denver.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah. So, Aston, if you have anything on your mind.
Not much, other than I'm not sure if Monday School is on, but it could be. But in the meantime, all of you have friends and family now around the world. You should ask them to join, and they may learn something that can help them, that can help their kids, their grandkids. If they have diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, prostate issues, ladies with fibroids and women health issues, you never know. So this is the best way to introduce your family members and friends to NuSpecian. You introduce them directly to us, to Jillian and myself. You do it right here on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
All right. Next week's show is actually pre-recorded, and it's because it's going to be a great conversation between Aston and Dr. Glanisha Nosworthy to wrap up Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know if you have remembered, but Dr. Nosworthy joined us on the show about a year ago for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and she gave us extremely, I think, unique and interesting points about breast cancer awareness that I haven't typically heard with any breast cancer awareness campaigns. That episode is still available to watch on at newspeciestv.com. So if you didn't see that, you can. So now she's doing the same thing for us when it comes to prostate cancer awareness, and that episode will play next Saturday during our normal live Q&A. I will still be in the chat live, so if you have any comments or questions throughout next week's episode, I will be there communicating with you. Of course, I won't be able to answer anything specific about cancer, but I can certainly provide any insights or refer your questions along if necessary. So we look forward to you joining us for this conversation next Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
All right. So in the meantime, until everybody starts asking your questions, we can move into the pre-submitted questions that we have. All right. So the first pre-submitted question is, any suggestions on contraceptives that don't affect your hormones? And this is from Margaret. So I'm assuming this would be female contraceptives.
Right. So we have seen a lot of really negative things regarding contraceptives with women, particularly over the years. And just keep in mind that if you are shutting down your hormone, you're telling your body to do something it's not naturally inclined to do, so your body could break. And if you're increasing your hormone or in any way affecting your hormone, otherwise you're doing the same thing. Our body exists in a state of harmony, balance, proportionality, which is physics and biochemistry. So if we interrupt the way our bodies work, there could be consequences.
Okay. So you don't know of any contraceptives that would not affect your hormones?
I am not aware of any interference with the body by chemicals that is safe. I'm not aware of any.
Okay.
I think there may be some that could be more safe than others, but we don't know. We have not examined them. And I know you're asking because you don't want to primarily rely on your medical practitioners. But any kind of contraceptives I believe they're dangerous to human health.
And I'm guessing contraceptives is more broad than just birth control, right? But I'm assuming that's what she means. It's like a birth control device or pill that would be inside your body. But there are contraceptives that are external, and those wouldn't affect your hormones.
Right. Well, it's used very broadly. Some doctors, like gynecologists, they use it if ladies have irregular menstrual. Irregular could be too much or too little. But in this case, irregular, and they're just losing too much blood, they're becoming chronic anemic. Some doctors recommend contraceptives to dumb down on the hormone production, like estrogen, progesterone. So not every woman is using it for that purpose. So it can be used very broadly. But how you use it, you should expect that there will be negative effects. So what you should do, you should go to the FDA site or go to the company that makes it, their website. The federal law in the United States require that side effects from any medication should be disclosed by the company making the products. And the FDA also have those side effects on the FDA website as well.
Okay. Just to follow up to that, there are some contraceptives that are marketed as non-hormonal. Do we know if any of those truly don't affect the hormones? Like, for example, the copper one that gets placed inside the uterus.
So don't think of it as hormonal. I'm sorry if that's what you understood from what I said. Forget about hormones. What contraceptives are doing, the follicles, you're pushing me into more details now, whoever's asking that question. The follicles,
is this a Q&A?
Is this a Q&A or not? It is. So the stimulating hormones, the follicles that make hormones in the whether it's the ovary, the uterus, the breast glands, the thyroid, the pituitary glands, right? They're follicles that produce hormones. What they're doing is that they're not making them to produce hormones. They're shutting them down. They're not using hormones to shut them down. They're using chemicals to shut them down. A good example is actually a terrible example, but I'm still going to give it. When you take radiation, when humans take radiation or chemotherapy, part of the medication is to shut the immune system down. So the immune system doesn't fight the radiation or the chemotherapy medication. So medication has to shut things down in our bodies for the medication to work, because they're all chemicals. So it's the same thing if you're having heavy menstrual, or you just don't want to produce the hormones for your reproductive system, for you to get pregnant, then something has to be shut down.
Right. And that has an impact, whether it's a birth control method that is hormonal or non-hormonal, they're still stopping our body from doing something it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
And that has its consequences.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So that will damage the genes, the DNA, the cellular structure, the organs can be damaged. And over the years, I have seen lots of women who have had terrible consequences from that. So, in this life, there's a price for everything. We have headaches and we take pain medication because we don't want to suffer. So we're paying the price. The medications for pain have a side effect as well. So there's a price for everything in this life. It comes down to what price we're willing to pay for what we're going to get.
This is why at NuSpecian, we constantly talk about getting to the root cause of the problem as often as possible. It's not to say that we don't treat symptoms at times when it's necessary, or that we don't want to mitigate our suffering, but we don't want to do that blindly or chronically without looking at what is causing the issue in the first place, or trying to find it as diligently as possible. All right. I have an anxiety problem. What should I take? This is from Everton.
So we only have one system for anxiety, depression, mental issues, brain issues, whether it's Alzheimer's, Parkinson, dementia. And I know you don't have those, but we only have one package for all brain issues or nerve issues. It's the NU25, the B vitamins, the vitamin D, and add in the mineral complex and the B pollen. And that system costs a few pennies, but we're still in a discount situation, right? So
I was just about to say we're actually having 15% off right now. If you don't know that goes through tomorrow. So we can put the link to this package in the chat.
So those are what will work for depression, anxiety, any form of mental issues, people, are neurological. Every mental issue we have, even memory, is neurological at its foundation. So we have one system that will help you, whether it's memory or just rebuilding your brain to have more brain power. And what it means is that if you have children, especially those in school, put them on the package and it will elevate their brain power. If you're in school or if you want to learn, it will elevate your brain power even as adults.
I think we have another question like that coming up. Okay. If my memory serves me correctly, this is from Cleveland Langley. I remember you saying that you have information that can help students with mathematics. I have a son studying engineering, which requires extensive math knowledge. Would appreciate some help. Okay, so maybe that's not about brain health. This is not about health at all, I don't think. I'm not sure. Cleveland.
Maybe Cleveland is referring to Kushite mathematics. So Cleveland will have to talk separately about Kushite mathematics. You know, how they built pyramids and the obelisk and all the extraordinary monuments. They built them, close to 3,000 years ago, a lot of those things, and how they did it.
You mean it wasn't aliens?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Actually, we were finding out now that aliens actually built those things. The Africans actually did. Wow. Okay.
They have to change the name of that show from Ancient Aliens to African Aliens.
The African aliens who were actually humans.
They were superhuman though, so maybe they were alien in some other way. All right, next question. How can I get?
You're funny. You're funny. You're cracking me up this morning. Whew. People, you heard that? Jillian is funny. She gets there when she wants to. I love this one. All right, Cleveland, let's have a private conversation about Cushite or Chemite mathematics.
All right. Next question comes from YS. How can I get rid of this ringing tone in my ear? Had it for almost 4 years now. Could it be because of stress, lifting weights, or both? Any NuSpecian product I can take? I'm already on the detox and I have no medical issues. Thanks.
Neurological, get on the brain system I just mentioned.
Okay, we are all aligned here.
Same thing. I say no more.
Okay, the ringing in the ear, neurological.
Neurological.
Okay.
And folks, you should sit with your doctors, and you have this issue for 4 years. You should make a special appointment with your doctor.
I have a better suggestion.
But I haven't said mine yet.
I don't care.
Okay, go ahead.
They should make an appointment with Dr. Glanisha Nosworthy.
All right.
They should change their PCP, because if you had this issue for 4 years and it hasn't occurred to you to bring it up to your doctor, it means your doctor's probably not making you feel as supported as they could or should. And so I think that these are the perfect kinds of questions for Dr. Nosworthy, who is right here at the edge of being ready to book your virtual appointments, because we are doing construction. We're going to start the construction in Elmont soon. And so we can't actually do the in-person until that is done, of course. So Dr. Nosworthy is now taking virtual appointments. And if you don't know yet, NuSpecian has opened a medical practice. It will be located in our Elmont location. And Dr. Glanisha Nosworthy is the first PCP or primary care physician of NuSpecian Medical, and is ready to take virtual appointments. And the whole point of us doing this is because of this huge gap between the care you get from your doctors currently and what you come to NuSpecian for. And there shouldn't be that gap. You deserve the best from both what the medical industry has to offer, which is incredible stuff, and from what NuSpecian has to offer, which is incredible stuff. And so if we provide those medical services, we know we can bridge that gap and make sure you are fully supported 100% of the time. So if you are interested, I'm not sure if Mary has the capacity during the show to put the link to a form where we are collecting those who are interested in speaking with Dr. Nosworthy to just do a quick little assessment to see if what she offers is right for you. You can talk to her quickly. And then if you want to go ahead and book your first virtual appointment, we will follow up to book that as well. So please fill out this form. Oh, the link came in massive. I don't know is that right? Let me click on it, see what happens. Okay, it's right. It's just a really long link. So go ahead, and my suggestion is to see Dr. Nosworthy. But Aston, would you still like to give your suggestion?
No, it's quite extraordinary. Actually, I'll elevate your answer just a tiny bit. All of you, if you have health issues for the past 6 months to a year, and you're getting worse, you're not getting better, you should make an appointment with Dr. Nosworthy. I think you should. So, and the reason why you should is because the medical system is not just the United States, it's the whole world, based on what we have heard, based on what I have heard, and based on my research. The medical system, they just can't afford to give you more than 5 minutes for your PCP office visit. They can't give you more than that. They don't even have time to go through your lab report properly with you. And that's what you need. You need to know what's wrong. You need a proper diagnosis, right, people? And you're not getting it. And that's why a lot of your conditions, they go untreated and they get worse over time. Your kidney issue, your liver issue, your prostate issue, ladies with fibroids, they come to NuSpecian when they were tiny and nothing was done to help these women. And a year later, 2 years later, they're being told that the fibers have turned baseballs or golf balls in the size. So we are having this medical practice at NuSpecian to make sure you get the time you need to get the care you deserve. I like that. The time you need to get the care you deserve.
I like that. I'm going to put that note here. The time you need to get the care you deserve. We're working on marketing for the medical practice here live with you.
See, I can be poetic.
That was the first thing.
I can be poetic. If they didn't keep me laughing, I may even get more poetic and creative.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. My doctor had me do a CAT scan for, and by the way, this is the last pre-submitted question. So those of you who are here live with us, if you are not going to ask any questions, we will only ramble along here for so long. We will end the episode a little early. We're happy you're here and you're listening and hopefully you're learning, but we will end if you don't have any questions. So on to what I believe at this time is our last question. My doctor had me do a CAT scan for multiple myeloma. I am very worried that I might have it. My father died from it. Can you help me with this?
Yes.
Gene.
Yes, you should just call and get in my calendar. And guess what? You can also get in Dr. Nosworthy's calendar. Boy, we're getting help here at New Species. I'm not even alone anymore. Where is she?
We're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, they're trying to overthrow me here. A bunch of women at that too. So
we've worked with people with multiple myeloma before. I think that's what they want to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time that the men get overthrown by women. I'm for that.
That's great. Glad you're for it. We'll do it.
I am totally for that. Just go out and play golf all the time now.
Okay. All right. So that is our last pre-submitted question. I'm not seeing any further live questions from our lovely folks who are here. I know there are a lot more people watching than who are actually chatting, which is fine if you want to be shy. But I think that's it. I do want to reiterate, we are having this 15% off everything, and that is going through tomorrow night. If you are on our email list or our app, you would already know this from previous Monday. And this is the last weekend for the discount. So we would like you to please go ahead and redeem it. The promo code is just thanks15. In our email and on our app, I did put out a bunch of thank yous of gratitude and appreciation for all of our new specians, because you trust us with your health. You trust us to refer new species to your family and friends. And you have consistently supported us in many ways, not just buying our products, but when you're not buying, you are liking us on social media. You are subscribing to our YouTube channel. You're here with us on this Q&A. You are engaging with our employees in different levels, and they appreciate your gratitude, and we really we wouldn't be here without you. We are what we are because of you, and we continue to get better because of you. So this discount, we just wanted to get ahead of the craziness with the holidays. So we're just doing our discount this week. If you go online, we're closed tomorrow. So today's the last day to place your order over the phone or to go into a store. Some people will end up having to order tomorrow, which will be online only. If you have any trouble, just email us before the discount expires tomorrow night, which is 11:59, just the last minute of tomorrow. And then we'll just call you Monday and take care of it. Okay. So don't stress about that, but do make sure you make the effort to purchase before tomorrow night and get your 15% off. And that is off of everything. So, we look forward to seeing your order in our order log. All right. I think that is the last announcement for today. And let me just quickly check. I'm placing my order today. Okay, excellent. Great, June. Thank you. Oh, Denver asked something. Great.
Let me just say this, folks. I had a vision. I had a dream. And I didn't see God, but God was in my presence. And God doesn't seem to like shy people too much. So if you're shy and not asking questions and you believe in God, God, I don't think God likes shy people too much. So.
All right, well, Denver just got God's favor.
Okay.
He asked a question.
Okay, Denver.
He said, is the fructose in fruits the same as other fructose? And I'm assuming by other fructose, he means fructose that you would find on the label of a processed packaged food.
Right. So one of the things that we don't do, we kind of do to some extent, but we don't divulge what we know about any company's products. We don't believe it's dignified to do that, to speak negatively of other companies' products. So what I can tell you is that if you see fructose on a bottle of any product you're buying, you need to do the research in the company to see if they're using something natural. We don't know if it's chemical, but if it's chemical, we still wouldn't tell you for any particular product because we don't speak negative of any company's products or any company whatsoever.
Okay, but what we can say is that when you're seeing fructose on a label of a packaged food, that is added sugar. So in a fruit, the fruit is already a natural part of the fruit. The fruit is alive. So there are enzymes and all kinds of active chemicals, biochemicals in there. You're getting the fiber from the fruit. You're getting the polyphenols from the fruit. You're getting plus the sugar. All of it is in a whole food form that is designed to be processed by your body. So when you eat that piece of fruit, that fructose is being assimilated, digested properly, along with all the other elements of the fruit. And that is a natural process, and that is good for you. Now, if you're someone managing diabetes, I'll just have a little side note, and you've been told to avoid sweet fruit, that's because currently your blood sugar is not being managed, and adding more sugar to the situation where your body can't handle it can be dangerous. But that doesn't mean you have to avoid sugar forever. What it means is you have to heal your body and have your body regulate its own blood sugar again, because you absolutely need fruit as part of your diet. Having said that, when you read a packaged food, if you look at the supplement facts chart, you're going to see sugar as one of the line items. And it'll say, let's say sugar, 10 grams. But the law changed a little bit ago about how sugar has to actually be disclaimed. And so now underneath that, you will see it broken down between how many grams of that 10 grams is a naturally occurring sugar because of the ingredients in the packaged food, and how much of that sugar has been added in addition. So let's say you were to get what you think is like a healthy granola bar, and there's a little bit of honey as an ingredient. Well, honey has some sugar. So maybe the honey accounts for 6 of those grams, but there's 10 grams of sugar in that granola bar. When you look below, you might see that there are now another 4 grams of added sugar. And then if you go into the ingredients list and you see fructose, now you know that the fructose is an added sugar. So it has been extracted from its natural source, or it has been manufactured in a lab, as Aston was saying. And now it has been added to this product. So the added sugar is the danger. And that is what you are going to see on most packaged foods. So in that case, whether that fructose is the same as it is in the fruit, it is not received by your body as the same. And you're probably eating a lot more packaged foods than fruit anyway. So now you're getting just a whole lot more of the added sugar, which is very dangerous for our health. So maybe the question, are they the same, is not really the right question. Are they both the same when they are received by your body? And no.
Yeah, we talked about chemicals before regarding the contraceptives. It's the same concept. Anything that is not natural, anything that's a chemical will more likely hurt the body than not. So whether it's fructose or any foods at all that are made in the lab are dangerous for human health. And by the way, many Nobel Prizes were awarded in just this statement I just made alone. Many Nobel Prizes were awarded in that. So it's a true statement.
All right. We have one last question, and this one could really, I'm actually going to be working on an entire series on this question. So, oh, you're welcome, Denver. Denver says thank you. So the next question, I'm working on an entire series for this question. And so we're not going to be able to answer it as directly as you'd like, but I can give you something to go with. All right. So the Jamaican born says, what's a good weight loss regimen? I've tried many, doesn't work. And I'm with you, because I have tried many and it doesn't work for me either. And I'm still figuring out that answer for myself. Having said that, when it comes to weight loss, the question is not what weight loss program is going to work for us. The question is, why are we carrying excess weight in the first place? And that answer, there could be 100 different versions of that answer, because we are all unique, and there are so many causes of weight gain or carrying extra weight. It can be hormonal, it can be diet, it can be medication, it can be lifestyle, it can be so many things that that is why there is no one way that's going to work for anyone. And that's what makes the weight loss industry so infuriating for me, because of everything, if they're going to sell it to you, it has to be packaged, right? So we have to package the messaging to say, this is the thing that's going to work, and it's going to work for everybody, and it's the new thing, and it's the silver bullet. It just doesn't exist. We have to look inside of each of us as individuals and say, what's going on for me? And we have to go on a bit of a journey. So the only other question I would add to that is, why do I want to lose weight? Because that also changes the answer to, well, why am I like, what weight loss program would work for me. Why do you want to lose weight? So, some people might want to lose weight because a wedding is coming up and they're just going to see a bunch of people they haven't seen in a while and they want to drop 20 pounds in 2 months. Well, okay, there might be an appropriate weight loss program for that particular goal. At NuSpecian, we don't care about goals like that. So for us, it's about if you're looking to lose weight because it would be the healthiest choice for you, then we're looking inside of ourselves individually and saying, okay, well, why am I carrying this extra weight? And that will tell me what I need to do to release that extra weight. Having said that, NuSpecian, Aston has written up a 2-pager. It's called our New Life program. And it's really not so much a program as much as it is like, okay, it's a guide. Mm-hmm. We are not nutritionists. We are not life coaches. We do not have a weight loss program in the sense where we're going to give you a diet plan, shopping lists, batch cooking preparation techniques.
They don't work.
Even if they do, it's not our specialty. And there are plenty of people who do that work really, really amazingly. So what Aston does is he says, listen, if you remove all of these things from your diet, energy, and you add in these things, you are absolutely going to lose weight. Mm-hmm. And it is completely true. Mm-hmm. But because we can't get into all the nuances of, is it this color cabbage or that color cabbage or all those kinds of questions that come up when someone is trying to change what they eat, we really keep it as strict as possible. It's just like the extreme version of how you should eat if you just want to lose weight, guaranteed, and it would be healthy too. So some people look at that and they're like, oh, great, glad I know. And they lose weight. And if you're like me, you look at that and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And all the other reasons why I have a bad relationship with food get in the way of me just following the plan, which is quite simple. So I think that it's a great place to start is to be like, hey, send me that 2-pager from NuSpecian and let me see what I can do. And if you find that you're not like camp 1, which I think is very few people, is like, all I needed was the information and now I'm applying it and I'm losing the weight, which is a lot of people who work with Aston, especially because they're really sick and they don't have a lot of time and they are in a dire situation. So they don't feel like they have much of a choice. And that 2-pager can save their life. And then there's the camp of the rest of us, which is like, most of us know we need to eat fruits and vegetables. We know we shouldn't be eating sugar and processed foods and too much animal foods. But why do we do it anyway? And that's behavioral, it's emotional, it's psychological, it's cultural, it's all these other things that
it's fun. Food is fun.
That trump the knowledge of that 2-pager that Aston gives out. So we will start with the 2-pager. And then if you need more than that, I don't know if you want to wait for my weight loss series where I'm going to get into all of these things. But I can tell you to look inside you because you probably know better about what you need to do to lose weight than anybody else. All right. All right. We don't have any further questions. Jamaican Born just added on to avoid health issues, diabetes, and hypertension runs in the family. So great. So the good news is you are on the prevention end. You are seeing it in advance and you want to head it off. And that's perfect. June says, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We will say the same thing. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And otherwise, Aston will either see you on Monday School at 11 a.m. or there will be a pre-recorded episode that he has prepared for you. So Monday School is happening at 11 a.m. I was listening in. I was meeting with Shahrazad, who works in our Bronxville store, and a client came in and he was chatting her up and I was just listening in and he had mentioned like, oh my gosh, I miss Monday School so much. I listened to it. I was so dedicated. And she told him, well, Monday School is still around. It's on YouTube now at 11 a.m. or on NuSpecian website. And it also, which is important to know, is all of our episodes of this Q&A and Monday School, they stay up on our YouTube channel. So even if you miss the live, you can always go back and watch the episodes. So you never have to miss a Monday School ever again. All right. Well, that is all we have for you today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful holiday weekend next week. And I will look forward to chatting with all of you in the live chat during Aston and Dr. Nosworthy's conversation next week about prostate cancer awareness.
Have a great weekend and a great Thanksgiving.